British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is facing another challenge, a by-election to Parliament. This after a lawmaker was removed over accusations that he bullied an employee and committed sexual misconduct. It has been confirmed that a by-election will take place in Peterbone's constituency of Wellingborough after more than 10,000 people in the seat signed a petition to recall him. The petition had to be signed by 10% of eligible voters in the constituency. However, it secured 13.2% signatures. As a result, Prime Minister Sunak will now be facing his 7th by-election since July. This is not the first time that a Tory MP is being removed over alleged sexual misconduct. Quite a number of MPs have been castigated for inappropriate behaviour. Sunak's ex-Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab was found to have intimidated civil servants after an inquiry into bullying allegations. Raab reportedly acted in an intimidating manner towards Ministry of Justice officials. Now, days into Sunak's premiership, the then Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson was forced to quit as well. Williamson was accused of telling a senior civil servant to quote-unquote slit your throat and jump out of a window. Another MP, Scott Benton, is facing a 35-day ban from the House of Commons. The Committee on Standards recommended his suspension after it found that he had committed a very serious breach of lobbying rules. David Warburton, MP for Somerton and Frome, resigned in the face of allegations of harassment and drug use. Sunak's Tories lag well behind the opposition Labour Party in opinion polls ahead of a general election expected next year. The Conservatives suffered 2 heavy local election defeats at the hands of Labour, including one which was triggered when MP Chris Pincher quit after being found to have groped 2 men. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is facing another challenge. This is a by-election to the Parliament. This after a lawmaker was removed over accusations that he bullied an employee and committed sexual misconduct. It has been confirmed that a by-election will take place in Peterbone's constituency after more than 10,000 people in the seat signed a petition to recall him. The petition had been signed by 10% of the eligible voters in the constituency. However, it secured 13.2% signatures. As a result, Prime Minister Sunak will now be facing his 7th by-election since July. And it is not the first time that a Tory MP is being removed for alleged sexual misconduct. Quite a number of MPs have been castigated for inappropriate behaviour. Sunak's ex-Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab was found to have intimidated civil servants after an inquiry into bullying allegations. Raab reportedly acted in an intimidating manner towards Ministry of Justice officials. Days into Sunak's premiership, the then Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson was forced to quit. Williamson was accused of telling senior civil servant to quote-unquote slit your throat and jump out of a window. So, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is facing another challenge, which is a by-election to the Parliament. Now we're joined by Mike Buckley from Sheffield from England. Mike is a senior journalist. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. What can you tell us about the implications of this by-election? And of course, this is not the first time this is happening.
No, there have been many by-elections in this Parliament, and certainly in the last year and since Rishi Sunak took over as Prime Minister. And this is just the latest one. The vast majority of them, the ruling Conservative Party, have lost. They did win one last summer in Uxbridge, in outer London. But other than that, they've lost all the seats that they've been up for election. Some of them that would be almost inconceivable for them to lose in normal circumstances because they were won with very big majorities at the last election. There have been traditionally held Tory seats, Conservative seats, for decades. And that is certainly the case with Wellingborough as well. So in normal circumstances, the Conservatives would expect to win this. But given where British politics is at the moment, I think Labour will stand a very good chance of winning the seat and taking it from the Conservatives. But what that means in the bigger picture, of course, is it sends a message to the wider public and indeed to both the main parties as well, that we're likely to get a Labour Party victory at next year's general election.
Right. Also, this is not the first time that a Tory MP is being removed for sexual misconduct. What do you have to say about that, and how will this play out going forward?
No, and it sends a message to the public that there's a problem in Westminster, in Parliament, amongst MPs. But of course, it sends a bigger message that there's a problem in the Conservative Party. And as you say, there have been a number of Conservative MPs, even in the last year, that have been removed because of sexual misconduct of some kind. And there were rumours that there are other Conservative MPs that are under investigation or should be under investigation as well. So I think one question that we should all be asking is, why is the Conservative Party full of these people? Why can they not manage them? Why don't they recruit better people to be MPs, I think is one question. But also, when they are deemed to be at risk of misconduct or behaving badly, why does the Conservative Party not get a handle on that and prevent any further activity or misconduct so that they can prevent further by-elections? But I mean, the broader question is, how do we get better people into Parliament so that people don't behave badly, particularly don't mistreat their staff?
All right. Well, Mr. Buckley, thank you so much for joining us on the show with your insights on this.